Self-driving cars will make a big problem even worse. Go, go, go. It is 30, not 27. You know, some drivers really get on my nerves. Thanks for indicating. Not. Oh yeah, full beams. That really helps me see the road. I don't shout while driving, much, but some people really push my buttons. Those new posh cars with all the gizmos and gadgets look great, but can the people driving them really drive? On, off, on, off, on, off. You know, those drivers that can't make their minds up. Fast then slow, they just don't know. Does cruise control solve that? Maybe. But if they put cruise control on in the middle lane of the motorway, highway, just below the speed limit, they need to remember to move over. From what I can see, those beeping sounds are for reversing. Maybe there should be one at the front. Beep, beep, beep. You're right up their arse. Hold back. With the self-driving sensors that go all around the car, it could also alert people if they are sitting in someone's blind spot. Make your mind up. Overtake or slow down. Don't sit where they can't see you. There are so many decisions drivers need to make that I'm curious how these self-driving cars will do it all. At least without feet, they won't have brake lights on waiting at traffic lights. In the UK, the DVLA are responsible for vehicle registration and licensing, forcing residents to do a driving practical test after a theory test, but let those with international licenses drive an entire year without being checked. And from what I can see, they are not policed well either, so it's down to the individual to get a UK licence. It could be me, but letting people drive on the road having done a different test raises some red flags. How do we know they can drive to the standard of the UK test? I have my Cat B driver's licence and it is manual, with stick. An automatic licence is different, without stick. So there are two licenses, automatic or manual. I'm not forgetting the other types of licenses, I'm just talking cars here. So you could take your test with a car that does parts of the driving for you. Powered steering, lane assist, assisted braking, automatic lights, automatic windscreen wipers, automatic handbrake, hill assist. The list goes on and on. But you would get the manual Cat B license if you use the clutch and stick. If you don't change gear, i.e. the car does that for you, it is an automatic license. I don't know about you, but my first car didn't have any of those gizmos and gadgets. It had 4 wheels, an engine, and a stick, with no go-go juice. So you can get a license with the car doing parts of the driving for you, then be allowed to drive a car with less or none of the assistance. You haven't learned the skill to drive in a car without assistance, but you have a license to do so. At this point, I'm not sure who or what ensures driver quality on the road, which makes me wonder who, how, what is going to happen with the future of technology and self-driving cars. Does the car get a license and do tests, or will it still be humans? The human needs to know, or at least be aware of how to search things the car just can't do, like changing tyres. But if the self-driving car is doing most of the driving bit, is the car conscious and require a license? At the moment, licenses assume there is a human in the vehicle, but with self-driving cars, that isn't always the case. Humans have their sight checked. I'm not sure how the car sensors and cameras compare, but the cameras and sensors pick up information and give it to a box, where all the processing happens, whatever that means. So if the car is learning, like a human, the box representing the brain, it should be held to the same standards, maybe higher standards, but what standards? I think we should do a revision test to keep up our own standards anyway, maybe every 10 years or so. But what we do about self-driving cars, I just don't know. If you pass your math test with a calculator, you get a qualification for the calculator test. You are then unqualified without a calculator. So maybe the license should say you can drive a car as long as it has all the things you passed your test with. I personally think self-driving cars have a long way to go before they can do it all, but assisted driving is already here. We have a licensing problem, and technology is making it harder to solve. If we are going to test human expertise, we should give them qualifications that match their skill level. But this is what I'm learning about.